Alright all, and welcome back to a new video and the Gold Cup Day final selections for the Cheltenham Festival 2021. We've just finished up racing here on the Thursday and I'm having myself a pint of Guinness. It's been a great day. I really hope some of you guys were able to be on some of them. It's probably the best day of kind of Ante-Post betting I've had at Cheltenham almost ever. Just a few long-term plans coming together. Mrs. Milner in the Pertemps put up on this channel at 25 to 1. Put up actually in the Let's Talk Racing handicap video back in early February at 33s, but only claiming 25s. Put up Adagio at the start of the season at 12 to 1. He absolutely romped in the Ryanair, and the Shunter was put up in the final selections video at 5 to 1 last night. Went off 9 to 4 for Jordan Gainford, who had his first festival winner. We also had a few nice places with Shantou Flyer most notably placing at 16 to 1 in the Kim Muir running another admirable race. Rachel Blackmore has been absolutely phenomenal. There's no getting away from it. She's had some brilliant rides. She's now, I think, leading the jocks table at 5 winners. Jack Kennedy on 3. Paul Townend has had not a poor week, I suppose, but he's only had the 2 winners. Jack Kennedy, his rides on Galvin and Mount Ida were just different mustard completely, I must confess, and also Black Tears. But we've managed to have a few big price winners. It means we're assured profit on the week, thank God, going into the last day, which means the last day is a bit of a breather for me. But I still want to back a winner or two, hopefully try and finish the week off in best form possible. We'll move on to the Triumph Hurdle to start us off, and not changing much from where I was back when I did the initial preview for this video back in February time. Put up Zanahiyr then at 5 to 2. I see the market's finally beginning to get it right and has him in as favoured ahead of Tritonic. He's in at 11 to 8, I believe now. I still think he's going to go and do the job, personally speaking. But I'm also going to add Adagio in there each way at 14 to 1. 3 places. I just think at 14s he might be a shade big, and my reasoning behind this is I just don't know, and this could be completely false, just pretensions, but it just wouldn't surprise me at all if either Tritonic or Quidixios wasn't to run to form, and I don't know why I say this, but it just wouldn't surprise me. And I do believe I know Rachel's had a super week, and more luck to Rachel, but an awful lot of her mounts tomorrow I think are going to be overbet as a result, so just bear that in mind. I'm going to take a chance on Adagio. I think he's a very good horse, and I think he could run a good race and potentially fill the frame, but Zanahiyr, my main one for the Triumph, I do think he's got a massive chance. Unfortunately, we did have a non-runner. We have a couple of Ante-Post non-runners on day 4, one of them most notably being Nassalam, who ran earlier in the week in the Boodles. The County Hurdle, not a race I've touched on much. I put up the Thedevilscoachman initially, non-runner, no bet. He was then ruled out of Cheltenham. I'm not sure whether he would have run here or not, but I've got 3 for you in it. Starting off with probably the most obvious of the lot, and he is joint favourite with some bookies in Ganapathi for Willie Mullins. I do believe he is a very unexposed, well-handicapped horse, and you can get 13 to 2 each way at 6 places. I'm going to be playing each way in the County Hurdle, especially when you're slightly maybe ahead of the game on the week. I don't want to give all the money back, and therefore if it's going to lead to being maybe a shade conservative, that's the way I'm just going to do it. But I've got 2 others in here at bigger prices that may well interest you, and one of them comes from the Tristan Davis yard, a horse called Gowel Road at 16 to 1. I think he's got a massive chance, Gowel Road, and I really hope he can do the business for me. To be honest, again, 6 places with the majority of bookies in this. Do shop around and find those places if you can't. But I think he's got a good chance, actually. He's a progressive horse. He had decent form tied in with Bear Gills earlier in the season, who actually ran a much better race in the Ballymore than I thought he would. And then he beat Good Ball Paul Nicholls at Newbury the last day by 5 lengths. He also beat Gunsight Ridge of Ollie Murphy's the time before that quite easily as well. He's a progressive horse. I think the stiff finish over 2 miles will suit this horse, and it wouldn't surprise me to see him run well. The other horse I'm going to throw in the mix, and I know a few people have commented this horse over the last couple of weeks, is Cayd Boy for Liz Doyle and Mark Walsh. We saw with Mrs. Milner with Paul Nolan, and there are a few people actually that have been crabbing me all year about my Paul Nolan propaganda, and those people are now after Mrs. Milner. But you just see, because I'm talking about Liz Doyle, there's these guys that are bringing one horse over. It's just something to bear in mind. I think Cayd Boy's a pretty good horse, to be honest. And I think he's progressive as well. And the fact you can get 20 to 1, I think is maybe a shade big. And I'm willing to play him in the field as well. The Bartlett, I'm fuming about the Bartlett. I'm really fuming about it because I've been banging on about this Street to Doyen loads of times. On every channel I've been on every preview night, I mentioned him. And he was 25 to 1, 33 to 1. And obviously he had the form tied in with Flooring Porter back from September. And then I looked at my own channel and I haven't actually officially put him up. And it just, it grinds my gears because I'm here now and he's best priced 10 to 1 for the Bartlett. I'm going to have to get him in the team because I do think he's got a massive chance, especially on drying ground. John McConnell has had a few horses run quite well. Some Neck ran well for a long way in the cross country, and Go another run ran a cracking race in the Kim Muir up until the turn in, probably just didn't stay. So the horses are running decent enough. This horse loves good ground, and I'm going to put him in at 10 to 1. That goes with the Ante-Post selection, which was Stattler. It was put up at kind of early January time at 20 to 1 for this race each way. And that was when the market was 4 places, Street to Doyen 5 places. So there is a mix with that, just so you know. It's a bit like the Kim Muir earlier, where I had Shantou Flyer 4 places, Plan of Attack 5 places. So do bear that in mind. It will all be in the description down below, all the technicalities. But Stattler, look, it looks a good bet at 20 to 1. He's now 9 to 2. I don't know about him. I just don't know whether he's going to win. I do think he's going to finish in the frame. I'd be very disappointed if I'm not getting paid out in the first 4, to be honest, unless something goes wrong. But whether he's actually going to go and put his head in front, I'm not so sure. Moving on to the Gold Cup, Boum Photo is now second favourite for the Gold Cup. Let that sink in for a while, guys. Aplutar has been backed into favouritism, and a little bit of a sign, really, of these the Bromhead, Rachel Blackmore horses getting overbet. Fair enough. Like I've thrown a few stones at Aplutar, but like I'm not stupid. He obviously has a good chance, but in no way in hell does he have a 3 to 1's chance for the Gold Cup. You know, fair enough, a 6 to 1. 7 to 1 chance. No way in hell he's a 3 to 1 shot. And Boum is 10 to 3. I put up Boum at 9 to 2 earlier in the season. Look, he doesn't owe me anything. If he gets beat tomorrow, you know, he doesn't owe me nothing. But I really hope he can go and do the job and make it 3 on the bounce. And we can hear Simon Holt utter those infamous 3 Gold Cup lines. And also, in the Gold Cup, I am going to play one at a price, being Minella Indo. I think you can only get 10 to 1 now about him. 4 places. I'm just going to take a chance. Jack Kennedy's done very well with some of these rides that haven't actually jumped too well. He's a sympathetic rider. He'll allow Minella Indo to find his rhythm. The Allaho RSA form now looks strong, having seen what Allaho did. I think a bit of better ground at return to Cheltenham might see this horse to best effect. Wouldn't surprise me if he ran well. The Foxhunters Ante-Post ticket running here on It Came to Pass at 14 to 1. That's 4 places at 14 to 1. Richie McLernan takes the ride for Eugene O'Sullivan. I think he's got a massive chance on drying ground. The drier it is, the better. And I'm also going to play Staker Wallace in the race at 9 to 1 each way for Enda Bulger and Mark Walsh. Enda Bulger's only runner, I think, on the home meeting, which is telling you a lot. Staker Wallace loves good ground. He hasn't been far off Billaway the last twice, and it wouldn't surprise me if he was able to bridge some of that deficit on slightly better ground. The Mare's Chase, without tempting fate, I feel I should be in a good position here. I've backed Elimay back in January, Ante-Post at 10 to 1, non-runner, no bet for this race. She's now odds on, given what's happened with Allaho. And I backed Shattered Love as kind of a bit of a saver in the February video at 11 to 1 each way. She's now 13 to 2. Look, I think it's going to take something drastically going wrong to not be getting paid out something on the two of them. Certainly Elimay. She's probably one of my best Ante-Post picks of the year, to be honest. And I really hope she can go get the job done for Willie Mullins and Mark Walsh. The Martin Pipe, the final race on the week. We had a non-runner with wide receiver. Well, he was in the any race market, but he was going to go and run in this. We also had a non-runner in Delta Work in the Gold Cup. They will all be posted below, don't worry. and they all have been calculated in the profit and loss. I'm not spoofing anyone here. But as a result, we're bare on the Martin Pipe. I'm a bit boring in this. I do believe Gentleman Demi is a very well handicapped horse for Willie Mullins. Simon Torrance takes the ride, probably JP's best apprentice, either side of the water, so that's a plus. He's 4-1 best price, going to have to back him on the nose at that, but he might be a bit of the shunter, and he may come in for a bit of support, I believe. I think he's still got a slightly nicer profile than that of Galopin Des Champs, but that's only me. I think he's just a little bit more unexposed. And the other one I'm going to play with him is Gavin Cromwell, and I hold my hands up before somebody says it, because I was very, very quick to push, to kind of put water on the fire with Flooring Porter. But he was absolutely super today. Danny Mullins gave him a great ride. He was too good. And these things happen, you get it wrong. I've got a few things right this week, I've got a few things badly wrong. So it does even itself up usually. But I'm going to play Gabynako in this at 8-1. I put him down as an eye catcher after the Dublin Racing Festival, where he wasn't knocked about in a 2-mile race. Back up to 2.5. Conor McNamara is a good young apprentice rider, getting the ride. 8-1, 5 places will do me to go alongside Gentleman Demi. Anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, please do give it a like, and of course let me know. Please God, you managed to maybe back a couple of winners today by your own volition, or maybe through the videos you watched of mine throughout the year. But it's been a great week. We'll be back probably early next week to review all the bets and review all the races themselves. Hopefully we'll see you guys then, but hopefully we can finish the week as well as we started it, and maybe land another decent price winner in the process. Let me know how it goes. Stay safe, stay well, land a few bets, and I'll see you guys next week.